Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's your new favorite Czech, checking in. So before we get started, just so you have a little bit of basic information about me, my name's Zachary Swoboda. I'm a 19-year-old from Indiana. I'm currently a sophomore at Indiana University, Bloomington. I'm a sports media major. I'm specializing in sports journalism and I am focusing in sportscasting. So I really want to be on air, hopefully with the Chicago White Sox is the dream, but we'll see what happens. I'm pretty open, so we'll see what's going to go down. But sportscasting is definitely my passion. I actually just switched my major this past semester. I was a criminal justice major, and as much as I love criminal justice, I just felt like it wasn't for me. I was going down a pre-law path, but I don't know, something just didn't feel right. I love studying it, and I think I always will. But there was just a disconnect there somewhere, and I'm really glad I figured that out now as a sophomore rather than as a senior graduating. So that's really cool. But yeah, so that's a little bit about me. A little while ago, I texted my best friend Carly, and she sent me some questions for me to answer on video today, so it'll be just a fun little get to know me video. So Carly's first question is, who are your top 3 favorite artists? Right now, that's really a toss-up right now. Definitely my number 1 is Rainbow Kitten Surprise. They're not very popular at all. They have like 80,000 followers on Instagram. So they're kind of new, kind of like upcoming. They're not that new, but like they just don't have a lot of followers. But I really like them a lot. They're an alternative indie band, like indie rock. So you should go check them out. Super good. Lady Lie and Cocaine Jesus are the best songs by them in my opinion. So go check those out. My second favorite artist is definitely Billie Eilish. She's on my shirt, so you know I stan her. T. But yeah, I really like her. And then for number 3, that's really a toss-up. I listen to a lot of different people, but I would probably say Nicki Minaj, or Selena Gomez, or Beyonce. All of those are like my top 3 for 3rd place. I really like all of them. So those are my top 3. Well, top 5, I guess. So the second question is, what do you like to do in your free time? In my free time, I don't have a ton of it. I am pretty busy with school and everything I do. I write for Indiana Daily Student, so that takes up a good portion of my time. I'm a sports writer there, and I also do opinion writing. So kind of different, but I really enjoy both of them. Sports writing, this next semester actually, I have a beat for the men's swimming and diving team here at IU. I'm super excited to cover that. They had a really good season last year. They went 8-0. So I think that'll be a super good experience for me. I think it'll be a lot of fun getting to cover their whole season. I also work at Apple right now. That's a lot of fun. I enjoy doing that. I'm on Apple Care, so if you have any tech support issues, go ahead and call Apple. We'll get you set up. I also sing and I do a little bit of dancing. I do hip hop and contemporary dancing in my free time. I also hang out with a lot of the brothers in my fraternity. I'm in Kappa Delta Rho here at IU. And that takes up a lot of my time, just hanging out with them and going to chapters, stuff like that. So that's mainly what I do in my free time. Alright, number 3 is, regardless of qualifications, what is your dream job and where? I kind of already touched on that, but my dream job would be in Chicago, being a sportscaster for the Chicago White Sox. I grew up watching them mainly because of my dad. My dad was and has been a super big fan his whole life. And so ever since I was a little kid, I always grew up watching the games with him, and then I started going to Chicago with him and sometimes my whole family to go watch the games. I don't have cable right now, so it's a little hard to watch all the games, but I do try to find streams when possible just to like keep up, and I always make sure, you know, I get recaps of the games and everything. But that would be my goal, to live in Chicago and be a sportscaster for the White Sox. So, number 4. If you were a talk show host, who would your first 3 guests be and why? That's a really good question. My first one would probably be Aubrey Plaza. I say that because I just saw her on The Ellen Show today, and she was literally hilarious. I was sitting in the media school because they have a huge screen, and it plays like a bunch of different TV episodes at one time, and you can like pick which one you listen to. So I was listening to The Ellen Show, and Aubrey was on there, and she was talking about a new movie she's in. It's like a remake of Chucky, and she's just so hilarious. I think she'd be a really fun personality to have on a TV show. I think she's the best character in Parks and Rec, so just because of how funny she is. So I definitely have her on the show first. Second would probably be Billie Eilish, just because she's so young, but she's so talented. She has a really cool personality, I think. I think we'd get along really well. She's kind of weird, like me. Like, I'm pretty weird, so I think we'd have some pretty good conversations just about music and life in general. And then my third one would probably be Anna Kendrick. I'm a really big fan of Pitch Perfect. It's probably like my favorite recent movie series. I love singing, and Pitch Perfect was so funny when it came out. And I think she's just hilarious. Like on Twitter, she just beefs with people for fun. So I think it'd be really cool to have her on the show too. Question number 5 is, if you had to live the life of one TV show, what would it be? I think if I had the opportunity to live in any TV show, it'd probably be Criminal Minds. I've watched all the seasons 4 times through now, and I think that would be the TV show I fit best in, just because I know the characters so well now. I know the plot of most of the episodes, like right off the top of my head. So I feel like I would be a pretty good fit. I feel like I'm kind of a mix of like JJ and Reed. So yeah, that's like how I think I would fit into the show. I kind of have some of the intelligence side, but also like the personality of JJ, I feel. So I think that would be really cool, like to be in Criminal Minds. Number 6 is, who are your top 3 favorite YouTubers and what inspired you to get started with YouTube? So my favorite YouTuber is Cody Ko, and my second favorite is Noel Miller. They do a lot of stuff together, but they do have separate channels, so that's why I kind of put them at 1 and 2. They have a series called This Is Cringe. It's definitely my favorite series that they do. Also another fun series they do is Love Island. I love the show Love Island, and they play the game of it. So they have like 10 episodes out right now, all about their Love Island game. This Is Cringe is where they pick different YouTube videos every time they do the series, and they just go through and literally tear them apart about how cringy they are. So it's really fun. And then my third favorite YouTuber would be James Charles. He's what got me into makeup. I know he's a little bit controversial right now. I do really like his videos, and I think he's a super talented makeup artist. Like, anyone who could paint a Bob Ross painting on your forehead is pretty good at what they do. I just wanted to start YouTube because I want to go into sports casting, so I'll be like on TV in front of a lot of people. So I thought YouTube would be a good way to kind of start that, just getting myself out there and getting comfortable with being on camera and everything. So that's kind of why I got started with YouTube. So question number 7 is, what has been your favorite memory from college? That's really hard because I kind of have memories from each of the 3 colleges I've went to. So I'm just going to say one from each. From Ball State, when I was a senior, it was definitely meeting Carly. I was a senior in high school at Indiana Academy, but also doing my freshman year at Ball State. And I finished my freshman year, but I decided to stay at IU for all 4 years, so I'm graduating in 22 still. But definitely meeting Carly was my highlight of Ball State. We actually met at a party I was having right before my senior year got started, and she came with her friend Trey. And I didn't really talk to her much like at the actual party. Like, it was a night party and we went to the pool and everything, so it was a lot of fun, but I didn't really talk to her much because I didn't know her. Like, Trey just brought her and Kara and Tara, and I didn't really know any of them, so I kind of just stayed to the people I did know and talked to them. But at the end of the night, this crazy guy came up with a gun to my door, and he was like, "Let me in." And I was like, "What? Like, who are you?" He's like, "My girlfriend is in there." And I was like, "Who's your girlfriend?" And he said a name of someone. I had no idea who she was. So I was like, "She's not here. Like, I'm really sorry, but please leave." The whole time, like, after I shut the door, I was literally in my bedroom with Carly, Kara, and Tara. I'm really scared, and like, we were all hiding in my bathroom of my bedroom, so we had like 2 locked doors in between us. So that was a really crazy experience. Don't want to relive that, but definitely my memorable experience meeting Carly. We also convinced her boyfriend Lucas. Obviously they weren't dating at the time, but we convinced him that we were famous, and I don't even know how we pulled that off, honestly. We're like, "You don't know us? Like, we're famous at Ball State. Like, everybody knows who we are." He was like, "Really?" And we were like, "Yeah, like, how do you not know who we are?" And then he took a picture with us at the end of the night, posted it on Instagram. It was so funny. He like thought we were famous for like a week until we were like no, like, we're not famous. But that was fun too. From Olivet, my favorite experience from Olivet was just meeting all of the friends I have now. I'm not, like, to be honest, I'm not really close with a ton of them anymore just because moving 4 hours away it's difficult when we all have our lives, but I do talk to 2 of them every day. I talked to Devin Prince, who was my teammate on the volleyball team there. We both were on the NCAA volleyball team. That was a lot of fun. We grew really close. And then the other was Emily Epps. I was in gospel choir with her. That was a lot of fun. I also got to cheer up there, and collegiate cheer is a totally different ball game, but I love it so much. It was so different from high school cheer, but I learned a lot in such a short amount of time, and I wouldn't trade that for the world. After transferring, my favorite experience was definitely rushing Kappa Delta Rho. I met my lifelong friends. Like, I know my brothers are going to be by my side. I have really good relationships with a lot of them. I'm so grateful for them. I actually went on a spring break with 3 of my brothers to Destin this spring break, and it was so much fun. Had a blast. It's the first spring break I took with, like, friends, and it was such a good time. I loved every minute of it. So question number 8 is, if there was a zombie apocalypse, who are the 3 people you would have with you? Oh. I think number 1 would have to be my dad. My dad was in the Army, and he was in the Big Red once, was like a special unit, so he had to go through a ton of training, and he's been in so many different places. I feel like he could come up with tactics for literally anything. So I feel like he would have my back, really, like, I don't know. I would just be able to trust him because he'd be like, Zach, do this, and I'd feel pretty confident with what he was doing. He also has a lot of knowledge about guns, which is something I don't have, so he could probably teach me pretty quickly how to, like, protect myself in a situation like that that's, like, literally die or figure out how to work a gun. I feel like he could probably teach me how. My second one would be Chuck Norris, because who can't he be, honestly? I feel like he could probably be all of the zombies himself, so I don't think I'd need anyone else, but I'd also bring Jackie Chan because kind of the same reasons. Like, I don't know who he would not be able to beat up. So I feel like if I had those 3 people protecting me, like, I probably wouldn't even have to do anything. I'd probably just sit there and cry, which is really what I'm good at, so it'd be perfect. So number 9 is, if there was one person you could bring back from history and have a conversation with, who would it be? That's an easy one for me. I would definitely bring back my grandma Sue. She died in 2013. She had breast, lung, and brain cancer, but she was my best friend. I could literally tell her anything, and she was always there for me. She's really the reason I care so much about my future and my education. Like, she always pushed me to do my best. She always helped me. Like, I remember, like, when I was in spell bowl in elementary school and middle school, she would be the one to be like, get out your list, let's study. She would literally say every single word on that list, which the lists are like at least 100 words long, depending on like what level you're in. She would go through, make me spell every single one till I got it perfect, and she taught me how to have a really good work ethic. And not only that, like, she just did everything for me. Like, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for her. I truly believe that. And so I would like to bring her back and, you know, have one more conversation with her and just to catch up. Like, it's been going on 6 years this August, so it's been a while, so it'd kind of be nice just to have her in my life again, even if it was just for one conversation. So number 10 is, what's your current favorite song and your favorite song of all time? My current favorite song would have to, I'd probably say it's a tie right now in between Bad Guy by Billie Eilish and then Cocaine Jesus by Rainbow Kitten Surprise. They're totally different songs, but definitely, I listen to both of them at least once a day, so definitely my 2 favorite songs right now. And then my favorite song of all time is Super Bass by Nicki Minaj. If there's ever a day that I don't know all the lyrics to Super Bass, like, that's when you know I need to go to the hospital. Something is not okay, like I have Alzheimer's or dementia. I probably need to be on some medicine or something if I don't remember the lyrics to that. Question 11 is, if you could only watch one movie for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? I would probably say 13 Going on 30. It's a little older, but I've watched it so many times I literally never get sick of it. So I feel that I would be fine watching it over and over again. I think it's probably one of the funniest movies I've seen, and it's really relatable. Like, growing up, I relate to it even more. So I feel like that would be a really good one to be stuck watching for the rest of my life. Number 12 is what are your top 3 vines? That's really hard because I watch a lot of Vine compilations, but in no order, I would say the little girl that's like, I smell like beef. That one's a really good one. Love that. And then another one, another favorite would be the little girl, and she like throws the baby doll like across the room. She's like, "Give me the effing money!" Dun dun. It's like Law and Order SVU. That one's a really funny one. My third favorite one is when the brother walks in and he's like, "Are you ready to die?" And she's like, "I'm a bad beep. You can't kill me." That's another good one too. I have that sticker on the inside of my laptop. Speaking of that, if you guys need any stickers for your laptop, go to Redbubble because they literally have every single Vine. I don't know about every single Vine, but they have a lot of Vines and just a lot of fun stickers. Like, you can literally search anything on it and something will pop up. Like, they have a lot for different colleges if it's like a big university. And it's really cool. That's where I get all my stickers for my laptop, and it's covered, so highly recommend Redbubble. So 13 is if you had an unlimited amount of money, what would you buy first? That's a tough question. I would probably buy like a private jet, and then I would hire someone to drive the private jet, just so I could travel more, and it like wouldn't be as expensive. Like, I would just have to buy stuff there in the country, but I already have the way to get there. I would definitely go to the Czech Republic first, definitely here for that. But yeah, I think I'd like buy a private airplane. What is the one condiment that you can't live without? Number 14. Definitely honey mustard. It used to be ketchup because I'm a super picky eater, so I'd literally just use gallons of ketchup to literally hide any taste, anything. Just douse it in ketchup. But recently I've been having a lot of honey mustard, and I definitely think it's better than ketchup now. So I'd have to go honey mustard on that one. And then the last question, number 15, is if you found out you were dying tomorrow, what would you do in your last 24 hours? I would try to round up my closest friends and family and fly out to Prague in the Czech Republic to kind of spend my last day in like Czech Republic. I haven't been there yet, and I'm half Czech, so like that's kind of my goal. If I was dying in the next 24 hours, I would have to go. Like, I would book a flight and head out there, honestly. Even if I had to do it alone, like, I want to see the Czech Republic before I die. I plan to study there this summer before my senior year, like for a study abroad program. So I think that'll be really fun, but obviously wouldn't be able to do that if I die in the next 24 hours. So would definitely book a ticket to Czech Republic. Alright everyone, that's all I have for now, but be sure to keep checking back here, subscribe down below. I'm going to start posting more videos, hopefully every week, depending on how much I'm working and everything. But I do plan to make at least a video once a week to start out, and then we'll see how things go. But yeah, and also comment down below and let me know what you guys want to see. I'm definitely open to doing different things on this channel, but it'd help knowing what you guys want to see. So subscribe, comment, let me know what you guys want me to do. And then also I'm going to put all my social media up here and also link it down below. So feel free to follow me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!